guys, so today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video, and I'll be showing you guys some quotes from books that I absolutely love, and quotes that have just stuck with me that I've really enjoyed, some of my all-time favorites. I think I've picked out 8 to show you guys by, you know, a lot of them are by my favorite authors just because they tend to have the best quotes, your favorites. So I'm just going to run through them and share them with you and share with you why I really enjoy them or whatever. So yes, I'm just going to get started. My first favorite is from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and the quote reads, "I declare after all there is no enjoyment like reading. How much sooner one tires of anything than of a book. When I have a house of my own, I shall be miserable if I have not an excellent library." This quote I really enjoy just because it kind of captures the essence of reading and the essence of kind of having your own library. Of course, I want to have a little bit of a miniature library in my house when I move out, so I thought that was a very cute quote and I really stuck with it. The next quote I'll be sharing is one from Paper Towns by John Green, and this is a pretty popular quote, and it reads, "That's always seemed so ridiculous to me, that people want to be around somebody because they're pretty. It's like picking your breakfast cereals based on color instead of taste." And the first time I read the book and I read that quote, I was like, that's the best thing I've ever heard. That makes so much sense. You shouldn't want to be friends with someone just because they're pretty. You should want to be friends with someone because you guys have a good connection. You like talking to them about stuff. You can hold a conversation with them. You guys get along. You have common interests, not just because they have got pretty hair, you know what I mean? So I thought that was a really nice quote, and I've always liked that one. The next quote is from Slammed by Colleen Hoover, and it is, "Question everything. Your love, your religion, your passion. If you don't have questions, you'll never find answers." And I really like this quote. It kind of relates to the idea of always having an open mind about everything. It just kind of relates to the whole idea that, like, yes, you can have your own opinions, but be open-minded to other people and be open-minded to change, and not all change is bad, and it's totally okay to change your opinions, change your views on things, and to always have an open mind, and I really like that. The next quote is from Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, and it reads, "Just because something isn't practical doesn't mean it's not worth creating. Sometimes beauty and real-life magic are enough." And I just really love this quote. It just kind of makes me very happy, and you know, you can do so much in your life, you can accomplish so much, you can do so many creative, amazing, beautiful things, and you don't have to think anything's out of your reach, you know, you can do whatever you want. I think basically what this quote means, especially to Lola and Lola in the Boy Next Door, she loves being creative, she loves creating things, and just because, you know, you're not going to do anything with this, you can still do it if you want to do it. Like, say you want to build a birdhouse, but you live in a place with no birds. You can still create the birdhouse. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a cute quote. The next quote is from Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell, and this is a very popular quote. I've seen it on Tumblr. "Eleanor was right. She never looked nice. She looked like art, and art wasn't supposed to look nice. It was supposed to make you feel something." And I really enjoyed this quote. I think that's so absolutely true, and it's such a beautiful thing coming from, I believe that is said by Park, about Eleanor, obviously, and how, you know, she might not be the prettiest thing, but she makes you feel something. And I think that's very important, not only to think about in your everyday life, but to think about in romantic relationships. So I really like that quote a lot. The next quote is one that I have absolutely loved, and it's one of my all-time favorite quotes, and it is from The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Chbosky, and it reads, "I think that if I ever have kids and they're upset, I won't tell them that people are starving in China or anything like that, because it wouldn't change the fact that they were upset. And even if someone else has it much worse, that doesn't really change the fact that you have what you have." This has always been one of my all-time favorite quotes, and you know, I'm not trying to be ignorant to things that are going on. I know that people have it rough. I know that I'm considered privileged in this world, and I definitely understand that, but just because there's people starving in other countries, there's people starving in this country, just because there's people that are homeless, just because there's people that have got their jobs laid off, just because people are going through much rougher situations than you, it doesn't mean that your sadness should be disvalued. No, people with tons of money, they get sad. People with amazing families, they get sad. People in amazing relationships get sad. It's not just people that have it terrible, you know what I mean? So I've just always really loved that quote, and it's been one of my favorites for a while. The last 2 quotes that I have are both John Green. This first one is from The Fault in Our Stars, and it is, "Sometimes you read a book and it fills you with this weird evangelical zeal, and you become convinced that the shattered world will never be put back together unless and until all living humans read the book." And obviously, as a booktuber, as somebody that reads tons, I feel this way all the time. I feel like after I finish a book, I'm like, everybody in the world needs to read this book. This book is so important. This book's amazing. Everybody should read it. Oh my goodness. And I just thought that quote was really funny because definitely as people that read a lot, I'm sure you as a viewer of mine read a lot, you definitely felt that way before, so I really love that quote. The next quote is my all-time favorite, not only of book quotes, but of quotes of life, any quote, and it is from Looking for Alaska by John Green, and it is, Quays rebellious. He was a poet, and his last words were, I go to seek a great perhaps. That's why I'm going, so I don't have to wait until I die to start seeking a great perhaps. The reason I've always loved this quote in particular is because when I first read Looking for Alaska, the quote, I go to seek a great perhaps, it always stuck with me, and I just really identified with it, I guess, and in the way that that was his last words, where I go to seek a great perhaps, and he's gonna go seek a great perhaps in the afterlife, in whatever this world is after he's going to seek great perhaps. And our main character, he says, you know, I don't want to wait until I die to go seek a great perhaps. I want to do it now. I want to start seeking my great perhaps now. And the great perhaps, I guess, is just an idea of being able to seek things like adventure and happiness and whatever you want to attain in life is the great perhaps. And it's something that I've always just been really interested in, and I've loved that quote, I go to seek a great perhaps. I actually have I go to seek a great perhaps decals on my wall. I'll insert a little clip of that so you guys can see, and I do plan to get I go to seek a great perhaps tattooed on my body someday. I wanted to be my first tattoo, I believe, so I'm very excited for that. I've wanted this tattoo for literally 4 years, so yeah, hopefully that will happen sometime, but it is one of my all-time favorite quotes, and it's something that I'm planning to live by, and I do live by. Seeking a great perhaps in this lifetime is something I definitely want to attain, and I think everybody should want to attain it, so that is my favorite quote. So yeah, I think that was about 8 quotes that I shared with you guys. I have so many favorite quotes. Obviously this isn't all of mine, but these are the ones that I thought of when I thought, ooh, favorite quotes video. So if you have any favorite book quotes, you can leave them for me in a comment below. I would love to hear all of your favorites. I love quotes from books. I think they're all so magical and beautiful, and I love hearing new ones. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was fun for you guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. It's at @LovelyLikeLaura. I'll have the link down below. And you can add me as a friend on GOODREADS also if you want to see what I'm up to with my reading and my reading goal and all that before I put up my wrap-up video of the month. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye!